think that's about enough of that song. It's a bit much. Hi. Let me spin my model around a little. Oh. Where is my Sophie Trees message? Worried all night and morning that you're not feeding Sophie? No, I forgot. Oh my gosh. Fun fact though, she did get a lot of treats earlier because I was getting some photos of her. I needed some very specific photos of her. So she got lots of treats because she was posing for me. So that was great. Hi, Veggie Man! I was going to say hi to you first, I promise. But Shiro came with that message right as I looked over and switched scenes. And then I got worried. But hello! Happy Saturday it is today. How's everyone's start to the weekend? Mine's been okay. I've been productive today, actually. But my hand has been a bit sore, so we'll see how we go tonight. Hope I go okay. Over 900 points, that's a lot of points. Ah! And I forgot to put the price up. Thanks, T. I'm just adjusting. Hang on. There we go. We'll see how that goes. Oh no! Oh, Comic-Con! Comic-Con's in 2 weeks. That's exciting. I'm also now realizing I should adjust where my camera sits. But we'll see. That price is fine. I'm sure you would think so. I'm sure. What? You may be wondering, Bella, why the Stardew Valley's it's done. You've done enough. Why do you have the Stardew Valley set up on the screen? Mimi! Hi! You got a stream! You caught a stream finally. Welcome. Good luck doing your assignments. I wish you luck. Where's my volume? There we go. I hope the music's not too quiet. It's kind of like a good volume for me. Oh, my model. Let me. Anyway. So yes, Stardew Valley set was done. Stardew Valley set is currently up on my store. It has been for a few days. Last night, Shiro came in. Once again, Shiro... Just the constant comments about eggs and having an egg redeem and not thinking anything about it, and then you get the egg redeem that I've evolved from having egg hatching. Let me actually, because I want to prove a point. This is gonna... Let me... There's so many to go through. I really wish I could just resize this window. Alright, there you go. Throw Stardew shit at me again. I dare you. So, Shiro with their offhanded comments of just have egg redeem. I'm like, alright, I'll make an egg that hatches into a chicken when you throw it at me. Cool. Shiro's offhanded comment, random comment yesterday, last stream, saying, hey, throw Bella at Bella. Thanks, guys. You really don't disappoint. I want to show you something that I've prepared. Actually, I could just open it up in Blender. Let me show you what I've prepared earlier. This specific thing I didn't want to do on stream because I was unsure about it. But let's throw Bella at Bella. I was going to... I have some ideas, but to start with, what am I looking for in here? I'm looking for nothing in here. I need this folder. I may have redesigned my current Stardew Valley character to be kind of like my character. So I'm gonna make myself a Stardew Valley character that I can add into the set. So where's the TT? Where's the TT, Veggieman? What is TT? What do you mean? Should I change it to just not all egg? I can do that. I did it to prove a point, you know, there's no point talking about something and then can't even see it, so... and then we want the chicken void. I also realized I never exported the void chicken model, and I picked up on that right as I was uploading it to my shop, and then I was like, oh, oops. So that's why he's at the end of the list. Egg. Yes, well, now you have to be lucky to throw an egg at my face now because everything else has been mixed in. What I might do is I want to make some changes to this model. Like now that I worked on this earlier today, and then actually it would be in my recents, wouldn't it? So I worked on it earlier today because it was just like, oh my gosh, this is an idea that I have to do. Oh, the TTS. Okay, so fun fact about that. First of all, I updated OBS. I was on like version 27 is now version 29. I haven't updated it in months. I'm really bad for updating things. I updated OBS, which proved a whole heap of problems. So I had to update all of my plugins. I had to set some stuff back up. I had to go through all that, which was not fun. I was trying to get a specific plugin to work for the audio. Turns out my Windows version is the one version lower, so I can't actually do the separate audio stuff. So that was a whole half an hour wasted trying to get this plugin to work, and I can't update my Windows for some reason. It keeps having an error. And then I think because I went and updated my OBS, my BQBot that I use for the TTS is now broken, and I wasted again another like 20 minutes trying to get it to work before stream, and I looked at the time and I'm like, shit, it's 9:35 and I couldn't get it working, and it's just everything, literally everything hates me today. Everything is going wrong. I was making dinner. I don't often go to enough effort to actually make dinner, and so I roasted all of these vegetables that I was going to put in a quiche, and then turns out I only had one egg, so I couldn't make a quiche. So then I just had a bunch of roasted vegetables, and I couldn't do anything with them. And then it's just, everything's going wrong for me today. I hope everyone's day is going better than mine. Bella did a Bella and broke things. What do you mean? I don't break things. This is why I don't update anything ever, because shit breaks. Oh gosh. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. The one thing that I want to do here is, because I worked on this earlier today. Oh yeah, so sorry, the TTS isn't working. There's a few sounds that aren't there. I think that's about it that I couldn't do, because the squishmallows are all done.
Cold water.
The water sound is still there. The squishmallow, I've set it up to all be like its own self-contained program now, so all the squishmallow redeems except for the TTS. And when I say all the redeems, it's literally just changing the model. But changing the model still works. It's just the TTS I can't get to work, so I think I have to look into a whole different program now to do the TTS, which is annoying, but I think you guys can survive one day. I'll sort it out tomorrow, I promise. Apparently I can't do two things at once today. What I want is the reference image for me, because I didn't actually color pick. I color picked from this model here, which was from Stardew Valley itself. And so I want to make it a little bit more accurate. But I think she's so cute. I love her. So yeah, and then later on I was like, well, now I have to make a Sophie, right? So I'm gonna make a Stardew Valley Sophie design, which is why I was getting all the photos of her earlier. Can I color pick, please? Color pick. Yeah, that's a lot brighter pink. That's okay. We'll fix it up. Oh yeah, that's so different. I tried using a symmetry ruler, but like this is I downloaded a new brush to do the pixel brush, and I don't think it works with the symmetry ruler, which is kind of annoying, but I'll live. It's just a little bit more work. This song I know is from the Firewatch soundtrack, but it's a little bit intense. Random messages. Do you have a cat walking over your keyboard? Alright, I'm going to take the other color that I had and I'm going to use that as the shade color, like that. I think it's going to be a lot softer and cute. Then take this color and make that the darkest one. So basically just shifting everything like one shade lighter. I used to do pixel art a lot when I was younger, like around like 2012, 2013, doing pixel art and like little character adopts and stuff. That was a fun time in my life, but I haven't really done pixel art since then. I used to do a lot of animations and stuff too. So this has been fun. There we go. Before, after. Oh wow, that's so different. That's so good. I love it so much more now. And the hair stands out a lot better on the dark background. I love that. Have a good lurk, Shiro. I appreciate you being here. You can lurk while I make. Let's just reload this image into there. I'm gonna make my model. So cute. And this isn't for like anything else other than this is something that interests me and I want to do, and I'm allowed to make the stuff that makes me happy. And it's just for me and not for any other purpose. So what I might do, I will add in just a white, that way you can see it better as the material. There we go. Now we gotta trace it out. What if, okay, because my design is symmetrical actually, if I move this to selection to cursor, I think, that's still not in the middle. Oh, because the origin point's not in the middle. Never mind. I'm gonna try and match it up as in the middle as possible. That way I can just like mirror my selection. And then I don't have to select like the whole thing. I can just select one side and then we'll see if it works. I don't know if it will even work because it's like not exactly on center anymore, but we'll see. And then I was also thinking, 1, 2, 3, I could totally offer these as like little custom pixel art ones. I think it's just such a cute idea. One, two, three. It's very difficult to try and fit so many details into such a small canvas though. It was definitely a challenge. But it was fun. And I think I did an okay job. Okay, so that's like, you see that's like half of it selected. If I select mirror, nah, because it's not like pixel perfect. It's not gonna work. That's okay. I'll just do it manually. I'll just do it manually. And most of the time spent with these as well is just like the initial design. Like, it's not going to take me long to put it into a 3D model. So I was even thinking, it's like, it would be so cool to actually like mod this into the game, and I'm sure that's completely entirely possible. But I looked at the sprite sheet, which is like how I used the sprite sheet as well as the model that I have, that I'm not the model, the character that I'm using in the Stardew Valley game right now. I used that, and then I also found like the sprite sheet that would normally be used, and I don't want to say it's not doable. It's just, it would be a lot of work. And once I finish selecting all this out, I will demonstrate. There we go. We have our outline. But this here is the sprite sheet for the Stardew Valley characters. So like that's a lot of different like positions and animations and variations just for one character. So that's more than I would be capable of doing. Maybe one day, who knows. It would definitely be a labor of love, that's for sure. Okay, what next? I'll select out just like the black first. Actually, what if now, if I do selection to cursor keep offset, it should like move like, I don't know, trying to say like the center of mass. I know the cursor is in the exact pixel perfect position of like the very center. So if I move it all to the cursor, then hopefully if I like select a couple of pixels and then select mirror, hey, there we go. Now it works. So that'll at least make my coloring job a bit easier. I only have to select one side. But I'm going to start with the black. Now I'm kind of regretting my tiny details, but that's okay. Then, not entirely law accurate, but I gave my model shoes. And then just select the mirror. I'll add in a new material and assign it to black. I should have hid everything else behind it. It's a bit distracting, but you guys are just gonna have to put up with it. And now I'm just gonna only select one side. About to go and manually select the other side. gosh. Get what I was saying? I'm just selecting the next darkest color. And that's not like a necessity, it's just like, it's me staying organized. That's pretty much just the outlines. It is the outlines, is this color. And then I'm going to copy this black material because this material has... It's nothing too fancy, but it's got a base color and it's got an emission color set up, and it's just... That's not the important part, never mind. It's got the specular that's all the way down, and then it's got the roughness that's all the way up. That's going to produce like a flat, like it doesn't really, if you look at these, they don't have like a shine to them or anything. They're just kind of flat. And that's also what having the emission color does. I can't really demonstrate that, but the emission is just basically treat this color as a light that it's emitting its own color. So it's just going to be like perfectly flat. It's not going to have any like shadow to it or like highlight or anything. It's just pretty much just flat. That's the best way I can describe it. But that's how I really wanted to do these pixel art ones. So to save all of this values essentially, so I don't have to keep changing them every time, I just copy the material that I've already got here, paste in a new one, paste the material, and then just change the colors to what I need it to be. And then I'll assign the pixels that I just selected to be that color, like that. And then basically just repeat a bunch of times for each of the different colors. Because now I'm going to go in with like the shading color. Which there isn't too many of. Pretty much just that. Oops, I didn't select the mirror. That's okay. And I selected the other side. Just habit at this point. Although actually I will select the mirror and then select the things that are not symmetrical, because the zip not symmetrical. And I'm selecting the wrong ones. Those ones. Let's do my eyes next. Easy peasy. And last one. Okay, what else do I have? I have the earrings that are not symmetrical, so I'm just gonna fix that up. I thought that was a cute little detail. I've got like one lower earring here, and then I've got an upper earring up here. I think the gray is kind of like the last main thing to do. Very simple color palette that my character has. And then aside from white, it's just the main pink color, which I wanted to leave till last, so it's like all of the other details are kind of done. Oops, don't know what happened there. And go crazy. I'll leave a little pixel out here for the eyebrows. For some reason this is like confusing my brain. These ones are not colored in. Okay, should be those ones. Let me hide all the others. There we go. That was easy. I should have just done that before. I think that is correct. Not quite. I've got a couple of black to contrast the zipper here. There. I don't see any difference. So we should be good. And then, as usual, if I bring all the others back, and then I'll use that as a guide. Oh, I can't see because of the Junimo. I just realized I didn't duplicate out my plane before adjusting it, so now I've just gone and ruined my template. Oops. But yeah, I'll extrude it out. I'll just use the others kind of as a rough guide. And then we have a 3D pixel me, kind of. Just recalculate the normals just in case they're all inside out. And then we'll just export it. I'm gonna call it Meraki just because that was the name of my character, technically, and that's what I know her as. You guys know me as Bella, but do, 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 do. What am I looking for? Not that folder. Stardew Valley one. There I am! Why? Wait, what happened? Why are my eyes messed up? Did I forget to change the emission color? Why are my eyes messed up? Is there anything I can think of? Yeah, I changed the subsurface color, not the base color. Oopsie. That makes me realize that maybe the emission color doesn't actually have any effect. That's okay. Okay, that should be... I just checked all of them. That should be correct now. And I disappear again. Okay. Much better. My eyes aren't so demonic. I can't, like, pan around. I can rotate, but I can't pan around. But that's fine. As with all the other ones, I changed the scale to 0.5. Just so it's a little bit better. Ooh. Okay, what if I disable all and then just enable Meraki, aka Bella, and then test it. Moment of truth. It's so cute! Ooh, I'm going flying. I just want to admire me. That's so funny. I love that. Maybe he's got too much force to it. Take the strength down a little bit. Oh, that just kind of flopped, didn't it? I think it's a bit better. Like, still thrown, but like, it doesn't go so crazy, I think. Oh, never mind. Maybe it does. Alright. I'm going to... Oh, why didn't that select them? Okay. I'm gonna enable them all again, so that way it's like, if you want to throw one at me, you gotta get lucky. Oh, and I normally don't have the chicken. To get the chicken, you gotta throw an egg. Alright! Yay! There is task. Where is Sophie? Sophie's in here. She's here. There you go. I'm shining a bright light. It's not even on her face. It's shining at me. So, oh, Sophie! As soon as I pick up this jar. Oh yeah, she heard it. This is her jar of treats, and it's an Old Spice jar. Anyway, so she hears it. She hears the treats rattle in there. You want a treat, Sophie? What's wrong with you? She was very unsure about that. She's like, this is a trap, surely. Oh, and now she's back to cleaning herself. Hope it was worth it, Shiro. Oh, she heard it. Did you drool on my hand? Ew. You can die happy now. I'm glad. Now I'm gonna turn this light down again because it's blinding me. She's still in there. She's been clean. Oh wait, that's too dark. Too dark. A little bit of A little more bright. Oh, and we got Stardew music. Cool. Alright. No! I'm thinking. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use tracking for a second. I know Shiro is not here. Goddamn ads. Oh, you're ad free now. Yay! Good thing it didn't last too long then. What I'm gonna do is I'm sending the photos that I took from my phone earlier. And I'm gonna make a little Stardew pixel of Sophie. I got so many good angles, and I also have a funny blooper image to show you guys. I think that one's probably the best one. Cat, yes. She's gone back to. Oh no, she's not sleeping. She's still cleaning. I don't want that one. I want Discord. Bear with. Oh, I could. No, bear with. Okay, these are the reference images that I took. Don't judge my house. So we got side number 1, side number 2. You guys probably don't ever see her in like such good lighting like this. So there you go. That's what Sophie looks like. We got her top view, which I'm not going to need for this, but I figured if I'm going to be getting photos, I'll just get some good reference photos of her. And then I got a good front view, which is going to be the main one that I'm going to need. And then I have a secret 5th. Can I count? Yeah, 5th image. There you go. She blep because I had treats. I'm gonna turn my tracking back on. There we go. She sometimes does this thing. I'm gonna see if I can send another thing to myself. She will be like cleaning herself or like licking her lips or whatever, but if you distract her midway through that, she just keeps her tongue out and she'll walk around with her tongue sticking out. It's so fucking hilarious. I found a good video. Bear with. Oops, wrong one. Ah! Okay. Okay. Are we ready to see my cat being a dog? I sent it to myself on Discord. Also, you'll see Marlo in the background, but this is what she does. She'll just keep her tongue out. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny to me. She's so adorable. So that's what she was doing. She had her tongue out. Oh. So yeah. Anyway. Ugh, why is my model turned so far? I moved my camera to try and fix my tracking and it just created more problems for me. So yay. I don't have a cat reference image saved. I'm gonna have to go to this fanciful, wonderful website. This is where I've been getting all of the sprites from. For anything Stardew that I need. So I need a cat. And there's like 2 different cat models. There's one that has 2 whiskers and there's one that has 3 whiskers, but I figured I know cats do have really long whiskers, but Sophie has really long whiskers. So I figured that would be the best, is doing the one with 3 whiskers. That's where I'm going with this train of thought. You have a cat. Cat with 3 whiskers. And I'm just gonna modify this to be Sophie. Like, look at them whiskers. Look at them. They're so long. And she has the whiskers on her feet too. You can't really see them. No, you can't see them from there. You can see them there. Look at that. She has the whiskers on her feet too. Sophie's the first cat I've ever owned, so she's full of surprises for me. I'm actually gonna need this image on my other screen, so you guys will see it too. You hear that, Sophie? You're handsome. We're abolishing gender norms in this chat. Especially for pets. She's neutered. She has no gender. Okay, now the intimidating part. Let's just grab her really dark brown, I think, to start with. I swear it is different from the brown that's here. I'm gonna try and see if the symmetry may not work, because this is 1 pixel wide. The human models, they had 2 pixels in the center. We'll see. It may not even work. It didn't work before. And now it works now. Alright. There we go, I guess. No gender, only handsome. Yes. Oh, I just realized this isn't actually symmetrical. It's got an extra pixel on this side, and I assume that's for the tail. That's something that I noticed. I don't think I'm going to do the eyes in brown. She has really pretty green eyes, so we're going to do some really pretty green eyes. Although I don't think color picking is going to give me a good... We want to not link the ruler to this layer, and we want to show it in all the layers, so that way any layer that I do is going to be symmetrical. Maybe I'll do like a little bit More yellowy too. Maybe, oh, darker at the top is probably gonna look a lot better. Look at our little snoot! Just fawning over my own cat here. That does not look very saturated and pink. There we go. And maybe I'll do like a... Yeah, that's kind of like her average color, I guess. Sometimes direct translations of things... Oh, I did not mean to click on that. Oops. We're good. Oh, that's as far in as I can zoom. Okay. Sometimes direct translations of things aren't that great. So gonna apply some artistic interpretation if I need to. This color ended up being too dark. That's okay. I'll just alpha lock it because I decided to put it on a new layer and fill it in lighter. Maybe a little bit more orangey. Whoops, wrong one. And we'll go lighter around the little snoot. I feel like it's gonna be so hard putting so much detail into such a small space. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Whoops. I also just forgot to do the shading color. Oh, it's alpha lock too. Whoopsie. I'm gonna go a little bit darker about the eyes, I think. Then I'll probably do a lighter color than what was her nose for her ears. She has very light ears actually. Even lighter than that. Yeah. Also, she does have a rainbow collar on. She's ready for her Pride Month. She's had the rainbow collar on for months, but shh. Her stripes are gonna be so hard. I guess. That's all I can really do. Just made it look too busy now, I think. Eyes also need to be a lot brighter. That way they stand out. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Like I said, I haven't done pixel art in so long. She is. She's very difficult. Actually, this is technically the first art that I've done of her as well, so... That's interesting. Just trying to add some more like orangey patches in there too, but I think it's just making it look so messy. What if... I'm gonna grab a better picture for this. Oops, that's not how you do that. I literally just want this to color pick more around here. Yes, that's kind of the color that I was looking at. Keep wanting to make it like more saturated. Cool, because she's very, it's very patchy. And like this is what I was talking about. Like I said, I was a little bit biased when I was talking about Torby cats, but because she specifically. Let me. She is a mix between the tortoiseshell, which is it gives her these orangey patches in here, but the stripes come from being a tabby, which I think is pretty cool. She's such a unique little lady. But yeah, she is very pretty. It's just difficult. Well, difficult to translate in like the equivalent of 20 pixels. Thinking of giving her a little lighter feet too. I think that gets across the idea that she is very messily colored. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what color her ears are. Okay, they're kind of just that browny color, so I'll leave them as is. Okay, I think I need to stop touching it. I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, an actual decent song. Cool. Her eyes, though, that's one thing I am still... Oh, and I didn't do her collar either. Okay. I might just go with like a matching pink. So that way she can match me. That just looks like a mouth. Never mind. Unless I just don't go with a collar. Just got rid of the nose color. That's fine. Oh no, that's not it. It's too flat to have it like that. I think the other cats don't have a collar, right? What do the other cats look like? It is just flat across. Okay. Okay. I think that does help clean it up a bit at least. I think it works. I think it works. Then we just need this one straight pixel out here for the tail. Then just gotta sort out this eye situation. Oh, maybe darker is the way to go. I say, and then I make it lighter. I think that might be the way to go. Make it more saturated. I should really just have a second view so I don't have to keep zooming in and out and in and out. That is gonna do it. I'm not doing any more. Here is Sophie as cat. Definitely get to the point where I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to be messing around with this anymore. I don't care if it's not perfect, I just don't want to do with it anymore. Thank you. Alright, where... That's right, I got rid of my template. Bear with while I... Trying to say bear with me while I reorganize, and so I'm looking for reorganize in here and I can't see the word reorganize, so my brain's short circuiting. Wanted to rename it. And then I'll bring in cat. Not the orange one. It was the beige one with the 3 whiskers. And then just bring this back to the center so we can work on it. Okay, I don't think I've saved this file this whole time. Oops. Luckily, she doesn't have half as many colors. It's gonna be easy peasy. Alright. Although I did give her a few complex ones, so... Music's too sad for me. Oh, Genshin, who would have thought? I'm still in like my free time. I sit here and just listen to just Genshin songs to get rid of all the ones that I don't like the vibe of, and I'm barely even through the whole thing. There's so many goddamn songs. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. I'm undecided about the vibe of this one. It's Animal Crossing though. That color. She's starting to come together. The little white feetsies. That's not the right one. Alright, let's start doing her main color. I start to get some contrast in here. I've done the wrong ones. That's okay, I just need to shift a few of them over. There we go, starting to come together, especially if I didn't mess up right here. And now it's going to be a mystery to try and see what colors they were supposed to be, because they all look very similar in this list here. Alright. And I think it's just her eyes and her nose now. I think that's it. I got a little Sophie with me. So cute. And then I should do a little Bella. Bella would be hard because she's mostly just white and fluffy. I don't think that would translate very well. What do I want? Stardew folder. And I was the idiot who kept like enabling all of the words are hard, all of the models, that way now I'm gonna have to go and disable them all again, enable just this one. Well, I don't really need to test it, I can see it. I know the redeem works. I'm hiccuping because I've had energy drink. I'll enable Sophie in here, but I'm not gonna test it because I can't be bothered to disable and re-enable everything again. Unless I get lucky and she's the first one. Nope. 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 Okay. She'll turn up eventually. But there we go! So cute! I think so anyway. And so that's... oh gosh, stop. There we go. That's 2 down on my list. It's my green pen. I was... last time... I was working on something else. I was working on... started working on a Genshin set. I've been playing Genshin again lately, and it's partly because... ah! I don't have the what is it, 7TV or better, whatever it is. I don't have the emotes, I'm sorry. Is there like a black line going through my screen? Why does everything hate me? Thanks, Softy. I forget what I was saying. Being bullied. Yeah, not through my screen, but through my stream. Like on the overlay. I think there may be some like it's going up and down here, like right on the edge. It's like part of the border is probably on the wrong layer, which I'm gonna have to fix. And then there's like this messed up down here. It has a mask properly. Masked. I have a mask on it and it's not working properly. It's just everything hates me. I just tried to reorganize things in my OBS and I just broke everything. This is why I don't try and fix things. It's fine, it'll probably stay like that until I can be bothered to fix it. does that mean if I hadn't have said anything, you wouldn't have noticed it? And so I could have just not said anything? That sounds about right too. Yeah. Whatever. I want to change my overlays at some point anyway. It's not going to happen for a long time. Because again, that would require effort to change it. Anyway, for those that probably weren't here when I was working on this last, because it was at the very end of a stream like 2 weeks ago, and then I was like, shit, it's like 1:30 and I have to be up for work at like 6 in the morning. So I left in a hurry and I couldn't finish it. I've been getting into Genshin. I mean, I've always kind of liked Genshin, but like I've been definitely getting into it a lot lately. So I'm doing a Genshin set of throwable stuff. So that's gonna be fine. And I have as well talked about before where I could very much just, what is this song? That came in very hard, and it's a vibe. You get into Black Desert Online, but failing at picking a class. I see. I never played it. I had a friend that always tried to get me to play it, but I never did. It always looked really cool though, like the character creation. It always looked really cool. Damn, that song slaps. That's what I was saying. I'm sorry. So I could just copy and paste the like direct image of a Primogem on here, but I don't want to. I want to do it the hard way. It also means it's gonna kind of be my own kind of artistic interpretation. Play like 10 classes to a reasonably high level. So is there any class that you haven't played? Or you've probably just played them all at this point. The ones that you don't like, fair enough. I mean, how do you know you don't like them if you haven't played them? Maybe there'll be like a hidden gem in there somewhere that you're like, damn, I can't believe I've been avoiding this all this time. This is so fun. No? That's fair. Alright, I'm about sick of this. No, I'm not. I missed a bit. Archer will never be a hidden gem. I main ranger, and that constitutes me hating Archer. I see. See, Archer and Ranger are just the same to me. Like, Aren't they? They're just the same thing, right? They sound like the same thing anyway. Okay, I really should have just done this in a 2D program. Two very different classes. Right. Right. I don't know, it just sounds like... Because I guess I'm thinking of like a ranger in D&D. That's the class, right? Ranger is like archery? I don't know. I've played D&D once, okay? But I think I'm right. You know what else I should have done? This border along here. Mask that out. Paint it white. Unless, no, because actually, that would have been good for demonstration purposes. So, you see, it does a good job of masking it out, but it's very like pixel, I guess from a distance. That doesn't really matter. But I want it to be a little bit neater. So, what I'll do instead is I will export this grid, the UV grid, to which I will import into here. Somewhere in here, there we go. So then, I could just take like a regular selection and at least follow the guide of it, but because it's in Clip Studio Paint, it'll have like anti-aliasing on it. So, should be a little bit smoother. Fingers crossed anyway, or I'm just going to all this effort where it doesn't really matter. Looks like a candy. Forbidden candy. I'm sure someone's made it. Yeah, it does look like one of those hard candies. Actually, we'll select the inverse of it. There we go. Oh, not. No, we want white. And then see, it's just like, it's smoother. It's not like a harsh pixel line. I feel like it's the better option anyway. And then you probably can't tell because of the amount of detail that isn't really here. I'm just smoothing everything out so that way all of my brush strokes from in Blender are smoothed out. It'll be more obvious when I go to like the blues and stuff because I was a little bit more rough. Just smoothed out a little bit. And I'll add in some more detail. So there really was no point of me just doing it all in Blender. I should have just drawn it just straight in Clip Studio, but I was tired. And I'm a little bit scared of just doing things in 2D. I don't know why. I used to be a digital artist and then I just stopped. I stopped having time for art. Hindsight, yeah, exactly. It's also the thing about like coming back to things, like taking a break and coming back to things, you know, you're seeing things with like a fresh eye, that kind of thing. But it's whatever. I'm just smoothing out what I've already done and then I'll go through and add some refinements, we will say. This isn't smoothing out very well. Whatever. Whatever. It looks okay. Honestly, it gets the job done. It gets the message across. Oh no! I just finished the Stardew Valley stuff. I'm sorry. I'm not playing Stardew Valley today. I was doing some Stardew Valley related things. I can show you what I worked on though. If I can ever smooth this out. There we go. So, how do I show this off? I mean, I guess if you mod it, you probably can, Softy, but what I did is, so I started a Stardew Valley playthrough because I had a craving for Stardew Valley, and it's like, I am going to look forward to streams a lot more if, and not saying I didn't look forward to streams, but sometimes it's just art, and I've just been doing art streams this whole time, and so it's like, okay, streams are a time when I get on and I'm doing work, I'm being productive kind of thing. But it's like, okay, if I set aside some time where I can actually have like game streams, Stardew Valley, a game that I enjoy, a chill game, chill enjoyable stream, hopefully. So I started a Stardew playthrough and I was like, okay, I'll make my character look like me. And I was able to do... I don't want to give the whole thing away at once. Although I guess you probably saw it. Okay. I made the character in Stardew Valley have like the pink skin and as white a hair as I could, but it was still like a mid-grey-ish. It was very dark. And just like some plain black clothes, you know, as close as possible as I could, given the resources. I'm not going to save the image because I'm editing it outside the program anyway. So what I did was I kind of did just a redesign, I guess, of what I wish my character could have looked like, which is more accurate to my model. And this is what I came up with. And so this is just because I made a bunch of other models for the Twitch integrated throwing program, where it's like with the the channel points, you can throw stuff, which is basically just all of these. And so I made a custom one of me, and then a custom one of Sophie, which is my cat, which you can see she's sleeping in here. Let me turn the light up. You can see her. Her little ears. Tiny little ears. She keeps me company when I stream. And just because she gets treats, that's the only reason. But there's me and Sophie. And while I was explaining, I was completely ignoring messages. Just level of class that I already had a very high level but deleted. Softy, you sound like Marlo. Later once the stream probably won't in the future because people judge me for modding the game to be Waifu Valley. No, heaps of people mod the game. I'm doing a vanilla playthrough personally just because I haven't properly played it through. And so it's like, you know, I want the experience. You know, I gotta at least have the vanilla experience. Hi Shiro, you're still here. How are you? And then I'll mod it in the future. But no, there's nothing wrong with modding it. Gosh, screw those people. Kick them out of your chat. And okay, Softy, when I say you sound like Marlo, because we play Final Fantasy XIV, and so he'll have a character, and he's spent so much money in the past on like Fantasias which is like, Fantasia is a potion that you buy to be able to change the look of your character. And so he's done that so many times, and the amount of times he sent me screenshots of being like, do you prefer this one or do you prefer this one? And it's like such subtle differences between them. And then he has started over his characters so many times as well, because it's like the character that we were currently playing through with, I've had the same character the whole time, by the way. I love my character. But then he was also playing a bunny boy because I was playing a bunny girl. And so he started playing as a bunny boy, but then he's like, no, you know, I feel like being a Mikote or a cat boy. I think he changed to being a cat boy, and then he changed to being a cat girl, and then he changed to being an Aura, and then he's changed back to being a bunny boy, but he's starting over with the bunny boy so that way he can play through the whole story with that specific character. You know, because it's not like the same if like he's played through the story being the Aura. You know, that's not like the same character to him, so he's like, yeah, it's a whole thing. Some things you can directly edit in the code, like it's meant that you can date everyone, as in date everyone at the same time, or date everyone as in you can date Mayor Lewis, for example. You're a white mage and a scholar main, I see. You're a Lalafell. You're one of those people, I see. I don't think I could play Lalafell. They're too weird for me. Like, I'm not against them. They're just not for me. Ah! Thanks, Shiro. Date everyone in all the ways at the same time. Right? Fair enough. Fair enough. And people do that. I don't see anything wrong with it. Like, it's your game. You're playing a game that is fun for you in a way that is fun for you. Like, that shouldn't be a big deal, but whatever. Play the game how you want to. Yes, show me your character. I want to see. And then I might be able to find a picture of my character. Oh wait, and then I'll find a picture. Will I be baffled? We'll see. What am I looking for? I want screenshots. There's a recent one. Oh, I'm maining Red Mage, by the way. That's what I've been playing lately. And it's like what I go back to because I've played like a little bit of other classes. I started off playing Summoner, which was fun. And then as soon as I unlocked Red Mage, I've been Red Mage ever since. I played a bit of Dragoon, Lancer, Dragoon. Can't remember actually. I think Lancer. I think it was Lancer. Because that's like the one that leads into Dragoon, I think. I don't know. I'm still a little baby with my knowledge. um, yeah, so I've played a bit of Summoner, a bit of Scholar, a bit of Lancer. Tried Black Mage. I really don't like it. I don't know why. It's not for me. I feel like there was another one, but I can't remember. But I just keep going back to Red Mage. Red Mage is fun. Good. It is evening for me. It's almost midnight. It's 11:13 p.m. But hi, Nux. How are you? You enjoy healing. I see. I haven't healed since like really early levels, so it's like I'm really intimidated. Like now that I'm up to like, I think I'm 68 as Red Mage now, and so it's like all of the raids and everything at that level, and I'm like, I don't know how people are healing and keeping up with healing. Yeah, exactly. I imagine it would be so different. Oh my gosh. Um, have you posted a picture yet? I swear I'm still trying to find a picture. I'm just getting distracted. You stayed up all night? Oh my gosh. Why you do that? Why you do that to yourself? Aren't you tired? I'm so tired if I don't go to bed by like 11 p.m. Even 10 p.m. lately. I say that and it's very late. The only time I can stream is when it's late, so it just ends up being really late. Is that where are all of these? I don't think these screenshots are in like time order. They're all like all over the place. Bear with. I'll find one eventually. Because I changed my hairstyle to something that I like a lot better. So most of them are old. Yeah, then none of them are in order, so I don't know which ones are the recent ones. Ah! You're lurking? Well, thank you for popping in. Love your stream, love the vibes. I'll come back in the future. Ah, I'm glad you like it. I'm a little bit like rambly and distracted right now. I'm not really working on anything at the moment, but I'm glad you like it. Have fun lurking. You relate to Black Mage Pain? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what it is. Marlo's been playing Black Mage, and like that's why I started playing Black Mage, is because Marlo was restarting over as Black Mage, and so I was like, okay, I'll just level up Black Mage with you. And then it's just, I don't know, I just hated it every single time. I don't know if it's just because I'm used to Red Mage and it's so different. I just, ah. Oh, you have to log in to take a screenshot. I see, I see. You're just chilling? Well, you are 100% welcome to do that. I can't relate to the insomnia thing, but I'm sure it really sucks and I'm sorry. I hope you get to sleep soon. I found some recent screenshots. Maybe I just don't take a lot of screenshots. Oh, let's check my desktop. I normally just screenshot them with Lightshot. Maybe? Maybe not? I feel like I take more screenshots than this. Okay, the only one I really have then is this one that I took. So that's my character, I guess. I don't know. I play a bunny girl. I guess she's kind of like my model. Also, 2 seconds. It's getting way too hot. I need to take my hoodie off. If anyone else has an hoodie, you know that they are so comfy but so warm, which is good, but you really overheat in them. You prefer Summoner too? Yeah, I would take Summoner over Black Mage, to be honest. Astrolusion, right? I was going to at some point, and then I just got distracted and I just stayed as Red Mage. You got one too, Softy? Yeah, I've been wearing. I have like a smaller. It's not okay. I do have an hoodie. I'm gonna try and do some work while I'm rambling. I do have like an official proper hoodie, but I do also have like an off-branded Squishmallow one. So I've been wearing that one because it's a bit smaller and not quite as warm, so it's a lot better when you don't want to be like so warm. And yeah, I've been sleeping in that for like the past 3-4 weeks at least. They're so warm and so comfy. Oh, so now you post your screenshots, Softy. I guess we are destined to be distracted. Am I gonna be surprised? Oh, you're so cute! What server do you play on? This is Softy. You are so cute. I love the hat, actually. That's so cool. Final Fantasy mom swears by Red Mage? Is that just like someone who like, I guess mentors in a way, like helps you through Final Fantasy? Oh, right, because you'd be on like American servers too, hey. That's a shame. I'm on the Asian servers. Japan servers? Are they specifically Japan? I think so. And when they opened up the Oceanic servers, but they were still kind of dead, so we just switched back. You carried me through AR because I got nervous with people I don't know. Oh, that's fair. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what ARR is. Oh, A Realm Reborn. Never mind. Never mind. I figured it out. I figured it out. I got it. But that's fair. I probably wouldn't be playing it if it wasn't for Marlowe, to be completely honest. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it. Why is this not drawing? I feel like... It's not drawing. Oh, because I switched to blend somehow. Alright. It's nothing to blend. Oh wait, I was blending, wasn't I? And then I thought I clicked on the pen and then I didn't. Yep, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm sane. It has a very good story. Yeah. Softy, no. Did you skip it all because you know all of it already? Like you've just played it so much that you know it? I feel like you can't skip it. I feel like that's blasphemous. There's so much, oh my god, there is so much story to it. And I guess, okay, on that note, we are currently, we're doing the patches after, what's the first expansion? We finished A Realm Reborn and we've done the first expansion and we're doing the patches before the second expansion. So that's kind of where we're up to in the story. Heavensward, that's it. For some reason, I kept having Stormblood going through my mind because I don't know if that's the next expansion, but for some reason that was on my mind. Don't mind me. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember it. I felt like it went on forever. Although Marlo's also getting me to do the Hildebrand storyline, and I'm pretty sure that was within that time period, and I was like, I don't want to do this. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't really remember any of it, to be completely honest. Oh, I missed you. I don't like the presentation, can't read all that. I see. It bugs me that half of it will be like there'll be a lot of it that's voiced, and then just you'll have to keep switching between voiced and non-voiced cutscenes, and that bugs me. I want to just be able to sit there and just listen and watch. I don't want to have to keep clicking the, and because like if it's not voiced, it takes me longer to read it. And so I have to turn off the auto text, otherwise I'll sit there for certain things and I'll have to process like what is being said. So that part bugs me, but it is a good story. I love like the plot twists and stuff that you don't see coming. It's so good. Or at least I don't see coming because I don't really put two and two together too much. Although there was something that happened recently and I was like, I wonder. I've not done any of the Hildebrand stuff or whatever really. An in-game friend got so mad at me. And okay. We tried to get some of our friends as well to play it and get into it, but they just wanted to skip the story too, and it's like, oh, then why are you playing an RPG if you just gotta skip through the story? Yeah, anyway. You turn the music off too? As in like just the in-game music? I feel like the music's not too bad. Personally. I only hear the chocobo theme so many times before it. Okay, yeah, I've turned that off. The chocobo. Yeah. I think, yeah, I turned it on because I was like, wow, yeah, I want to experience this. What am I doing? I'm keep clicking on the wrong things. And then, yeah, it's like, no, I want to experience this, you know? And then, yeah, I had it on for like a minute. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Oh. The endgame dungeons are pretty good. I have something to look forward to. I do just like dungeons and raids and everything in general. I think they're fun. They're pretty cool. So whenever we get to the part of the story where it unlocks a dungeon, I'm like, oh my god, yes! A dungeon! Yay! Savage raids? I've heard savage raids recently. Was that the thing that's like in the newest patch that just came out? Because I've heard that going around a lot lately, and I just assumed it was just a new thing that they did. Raids scare you? Oh no! It's if it makes you feel any better, there was one raid that I did recently where I died 5 times in the first couple of minutes, and I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm just here. I don't think people really mind. It's not a big deal. Everyone's just doing their thing. Everyone's learning too, I get. Well, not everyone, but like there's a lot of people that are learning too. So, I mean, at least I'm like, if people aren't doing great, it's like, it's fine. It's a game. You're just here to have fun. If you're not having fun, then that's a shame. I hope you get some more confidence, or you find some people that you do have fun playing with, because it is a fun game. 2 versions of 8-man raids, normal and savage. I see. Normal's very doable with random groups, but for savage you need a static group. I'm a healer and don't mind people dying in raids. Like, oh, you could have moved out of that, but when there's sprouts, I really don't care. Yeah, there's been so many things that like I just don't see it coming, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't see that at all. I didn't know that was happening. It's all just a learning experience. And I mean, even Marlo, that's played like so many goddamn hundreds, probably thousands of hours in this game, still makes some of the same mistakes that I do too, and it makes me feel better about myself. I don't have the right file open. I should just open recent, huh? That's fine. Yay, we got a Primo Gem. That was so much effort for... it better be worth it. I'm tempted as well. What I want to do? I want to bring the specular up so it's nice and shiny. Look at that. It's so shiny. Does it just look weird and plasticky like that though? I feel like the roughness has to be up so that way it just catches on like one face at a time, but then it blends out too much and just... I don't know what to do. When I started playing Realm Reborn, people were very mean. Oh no! Having picked it back up this year, everyone has been lovely. I feel like it's probably one of the nicer, like, just in general, communities, fandoms, whatever you want to call it. I generally find people are pretty nice. Okay, I need to make a new folder because this is the first of the Genshin. Genshin. There we go. And then, oh wow, would you look at that? Does this look familiar? I wonder why I have this. Wow. There we go, I finally found the model. Whoops. Oh no, I forgot to do the thing! No, wait. That's a different problem. That's a different problem, but I do know how to fix it. I know how to fix it, don't worry. Because if it ever does that, where it does like the weird... Let me go back. It'll do like a weird transparent thing. Look, you can see it. It does like a weird... I don't know why I'm pointing at my screen like you can see that. You would think it's a normal issue. You would think. But I'm going to double check my normals just in case. If I do face orientation, blue is good. If I flip them just to demonstrate, red is bad. Blue is good. That's what we want. This is literally my favorite Minecraft song ever. Just throwing that out there. It's a bop. I love it. You're happy, Shiro? Why are you happy? I mean, not being like, why are you happy? How dare you be happy? No, why are you happy? That's so good. Black Desert is kind of weird because the people interact with from that game are all very lovely, but I've never played this game together with anyone. I see. I mean, I guess that's a positive experience then. That's good. I haven't played it either, so. Shiny Shadow Mewtwo! Do you play Pokemon Go? I haven't played Pokemon Go in so long. To really quickly finish what I was explaining though, is because the texture is a PNG, it just handles it very weirdly in the Twitch integrated throwing system. What you can do is you can go into the model importer if it's a PNG texture. You can go into the wrong one. Advanced settings, and then cut out in transparent. You just change that to none, but you have to restart the program to do that as well. But what you can do is just save it as a JPEG. I'll put the JPEG image on instead of the PNG. You don't even notice, honestly. I never notice a difference. Did you notice a difference? I don't think you did. And then we'll just export it out again. And I'm going to disappear again. Actually, I'll keep this here for a second. And if I re-import the model, I don't know why it's not spinning. I don't know why it's not spinning, but you don't have the issue. If it's going to be, yeah, look, you can see because it's on the exact same thing. It's fixed it. Oh, hello, there I am. Oh, that's a little workaround. Hi. Oop. Which one was the bad one? That one? Yeah. Okay. What should I do this as? Maybe I'll just chuck it into everything. You know? There you go. I can't test that specific one though unless I could just go in. I will... This one's just gonna be my testing one. So you guys can't redeem this one, but I usually bump the strength and the speed down, just that way it's like, it's still there, but it's like a lot more. You can admire it, you know? I'm not sure if I quite like it. I don't know. It's just. Do we like it? I want to try something. So what I usually do, if they're looking a bit dull, which I think is what that is, it's just looking a bit dull, the shadows are a bit much, I'll just bump the texture into the emission, which means without light, it is just projecting like the exact image of itself as light, like it becomes a light source. So I'll put the strength down a bit. And it looks dull here, but that's because there's no lights in the scene. Let's just, I just want to test something, just want to see. Because I can't remember if this does actually have like an impact or not. Yes, it did, but it is very, very blown out. I think that might kind of be what I'm wanting though. Okay, what I'll do, I'll delete that one, and then I'll just bump it down, maybe to 0.1? See that? I don't know. This is just all just trial and error, guys. Just... You can't expect me to know everything. Hi, Goblin Does Art. Hello. Oop. Why didn't that work? Also 0.1 just completely blows it out. Okay. Before I went through and I was like testing them out and it's like they're enabled. Okay, they're enabled, but like this music needs to chill. Much more chill. Sorry about that. So it doesn't let me enable like the folder. It doesn't work. But it's got like the stuff inside it is enabled. And I can do that. And it... I don't know, Goblin. But thank you. Thank you. Yeah, all the others work. Apparently. Oh no, you couldn't see it. I'm sorry. Hang on, we're testing out. I think this is going to be way too blown out. Yeah, it's kind of got that more of the effect that I want, but it's just... Also, I think I owe you a redeem or two. So there you go. Oh, it's me! Wait! It was me! I threw me at me! I'll explain in a second. What if I do 0.05 for this? Or is it just gonna be... It's probably just gonna be like on or off. Off? Oof? On or off. There's probably no in between it getting exported. Yeah, they're all the exact same, so I think I preferred it without the emission, without trying to be all fancy. This is what it looked like. It was still okay. It just looked like a little bit dull to me. But I don't think it's that bad. I will explain. Once I get my scene back to normal. There we go. These are all the things that are available for you to throw at me when you're doing the Stardew Valley redeem. This is all the items that are in there. I made me and my cat. I did that earlier in stream today, but yeah, I made me and my cat. And then the one that I did, because when you did one of the redeems, I was in the window and you didn't see it, so I redeemed a redeem for you, and then the redeem that I redeemed was me throwing me at me. There you go. I hope that clears things up. Ooh, speaking of Stardew, Bellaception, yeah. And it all started, Shiro yesterday was just like, throw Bella at Bella for some reason. I think it was just like a random out of the blue comment, to be honest, but look where it led us. Nando, you threw me at me! And there's shorts. Bonk. Did Nando miss it? Hey Nando, how you doing? Oop. What am I doing? Okay. It's not even midnight. It's only 11:45. I have heaps of time. I mean, technically, I do have to wake up at 7 tomorrow, but I have as much time as I am willing to sacrifice my sleep. My other idea, okay, obviously, Genshin, gotta make a Primogem. I feel like you have to. I was contemplating doing is it the fate, whatever it is, in something? I don't know. There's a picture of it. I was contemplating doing that, but that also seems really complex now that I'm looking at it. Actually, this image is really big. I can zoom in on it. There we go. I either try and make this, which would definitely be interesting, to say the least. Or my other idea that I've had from the very, very beginning, when I wanted to do the Genshin set to start with. I got a bunch. Ignore my notes and stuff. I was like the vision charms, and so I was gonna do just these, pretty much, as well as throwable items. So easy route or hard route, essentially. Do I challenge myself? Do I feel like challenging myself? I think, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, it would probably be fun to try and do. Screw it, let's do it. I'm gonna make it a bit smaller though. And then I'll put it on the side of the screen so that way you guys can see. And then also, I can see, but let's do some resizing. Also, okay, me resizing this window just now made me realize you can just do it just to say you did. Everyone loves a challenge. Exactly. Sometimes I love a challenge. Sometimes I like putting off things that intimidate me. And when I say sometimes, I mean I'm always putting off things that intimidate me. And then usually when I do them, it's like, you know what? That really wasn't that bad, but I put it off because it intimidates me. Anyway, but we're gonna try it, and you guys will either see me succeed, or fail. So there's that. So with Genshin, right? One of the current banners is Miko, which is literally my favorite character, and I've had Miko as my wallpaper. I don't know. Do you guys see that when I do that? Probably not. I've had Miko as my wallpaper for so long now, and I got her, and it's very exciting. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I'm gonna name this one. We're gonna be organized. Primo Jam. Yeah, she's so. Oh, I loved her just for the design, I think, and just pink. I don't know. I just saw her and I was like, I love this character. And then playing her now as well, I'm like, oh my god, she's awesome. But thank you. What to do? What to do? What to do? How do I do this? Okay, what I'm thinking. I'm going to add in a sphere to start with, a very big sphere. I might subdivide it just to get it nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. And this is just going to be a guide. So what I'm going to do, I think it might, I'm thinking, okay, I'm working this out live, okay? So this is going to be interesting. I'm thinking the best thing to do, I'm moving things on the axis. So rather than like freely moving, I'm like moving it on specifically on the Y axis. You can just press Y and then it moves it. Just to keep things all nice and centered. I did not want to start with a plane. That's fine. I'm going to start with a cylinder, and this thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's got 6 petals. So, I'm going to start with 6. Probably not enough detail. Or maybe it is. No, 6 is enough detail. That's fine. That's fine. Oops, what did I do? Accidentally deleted it. And I just want the front face from this cylinder. That's all I want, just the hexagon. And one thing that I definitely do want, we can make our life a little bit easier by adding in some symmetry. I'm definitely I'm picturing as this bit as the front, and I'm going to work off of this as the centerpiece. Maybe, whoops, wrong one. I'll make it a bit bigger, but I'll make it a bit cut off. So it's going to be behind my window here. Okay, so we'll mirror it on the y-axis. So we've got one on the back, one on the front. And then I think the z-axis, so up and down, is probably going to be helpful too. And you'll see in a second. I'm just going to start by extruding out. I assume this is like a little spike thing. And this is probably going to be more detail than is needed. Maybe I just need gonna be super spiky, but right at the end, I'll just like give it a little bit of roundness. So it's not like super, super spiky, but it's spiky. All right, and so that I have a good angle to work with, 360 divided by 6 angles would be 60 degrees, right? Rotate it by 30 to halve that, so that way I have this flat at the top, and then I'm gonna start working off of that bit. And then this is when that Z symmetry is gonna come in handy, because it's gonna put it down the bottom as well. Although, okay, we got a little ways to go before we actually get to where the petals split. It's okay. This is another thing about Blender, and just, I guess, art in general. There are so many different ways to go about doing things. So how my brain is working right now is I'm actually going to separate out this piece, because originally what the plan was is I was going to do a shrink wrap modifier, so that way I can select this sphere, and it's basically, even though, let me hide this, even though my hexagon is technically up here, you can't really see it at the moment. Let's give it a new color of pink. Maybe. Ah, I know what I've done wrong. It's fine. It is there. I just need to make it go above the surface. And a tiny bit, there we go. So even though my hexagon's up here, it is now shrink wrapped or stuck to the surface of the sphere here. And that's what I want, because we want to get that sphere look to it while like freehanding the design, I guess. So I'm going to go out to about where the petals should be, I think. And then it's got the clipping there because this sphere is such a high resolution, which is good. That's what I want. I want a really good base to start with. But there's only like one flat side here, so I'll go through and I'll add in some detail later, which will just be as simple as like adding in a loop cut here, which gives it like more to work with to bend it around. But I'll just keep it simple for now while we're figuring out like the base shape and what we want to do, stuff like that. And this is when it's going to start being a little bit less like, I guess, not official, but like now we're kind of freehanding it. So it's not going to be like pixel perfect anymore. All right. And another problem we'll come into is that, yeah, we're working here and we're just working straight up and down, but this is a curved surface. So I'm going to turn on this little snapping. Sorry, I'm scratching my head and it's in front of my tracking. Snapping button here. And I usually just change it to face. I find that's like the best one usually. And now whenever I select something, it's gonna snap it. Do you see it from that angle? It snaps it to the surface here, essentially. So this is again where it's gonna start getting a little bit not as perfect and mathematical. I'm going to try to keep every point roughly where I had them, but where I'm clicking to move them, it's snapping it to the surface. So all I'm doing here is I've got my cursor like right over where I want it to be. I'm pressing G, it snaps to the surface, I'm letting go. Like that. Oop, and maybe I moved it a bit much, but that is fine. So that's kind of that petal shape. I feel like it may be a little bit small in general though. But I kind of a lot of things apparently. To get a better idea of the shape that I'm working with, I think I want to copy all the petals around and then just go from there. So I'm going to set my pivot point. So if I was to duplicate this now and rotate it, it's rotating, right? But I do want to do this bit a little bit more mathematical. So if I change it to the 3D cursor as my pivot point, my 3D cursor is still right in the middle of this hexagon here. So if I duplicate it and rotate it, it's going to pivot around that bit there. And this is actually, that has snapped the rotation to like, that looks like it's exactly where I want it to be. I'm just going to type 60 just to make sure. And yeah, I didn't snap the other vertices of that hexagon, but that's okay. I'm just going to do the same for the other side. Go duplicate, rotate it, type in -30, no, sorry, rotate -60 to get it exactly on that axis there. And from this angle, I think the ratio of that flower is actually pretty good. At the moment, I'm looking more for like the, what am I trying to say? This circle bit, how big that is in relation to the flower itself, and then like how far out the petals start to like separate from the middle, and then how long the petals are in relation to this bit here before it separates. So I think the ratio itself is pretty good. Again, it's still a little bit small in relation to the sphere, so that's why I kind of wanted to put it all together. I'm going to start, go away, not Astroneer, what is it? No Man's Sky music, that's what it is. Okay, I'm going to start merging some of these vertices together. Clean it up a little bit and start working with it as one piece. Because this is actually... this is going to be interesting actually. No, it'll be fine, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Okay, because this is mirrored top and bottom, we don't need these faces here. Like if I was to delete these, they're still there because it's mirroring these ones. Why did I keep these? I don't know why I kept them. Okay, it's a mystery. And for this piece here, I'm gonna knife cut it in half. That way I can delete the bottom half that I don't need. And then do the same thing where I move it to snap onto the surface of the sphere, just like that. And then another thing I can do you'll see that there's like a little bit of a gap here. So when it comes to what am I trying to say? The mirror modifier, there's this clipping option here. So basically, if I don't have it checked, which is not checked by default, if I can move this freely up and down over wherever the mirror point is. If I have clipping on, it snaps to that mirror line, it snaps to that center, and I can't move it away. Which is what I want, because then we'll go over here and make sure that snaps to that center point and it just gets rid of that gap. And I'm going to make sure the others are also snapped, just in case they're like a little pixel over or not. Okay. I'm going to make sure this is still on the 3D cursor, because I'm going to scale this up a little bit. Is that not going to work? No. Okay, because I got my 3D cursor in here. So I'm going to move my 3D cursor to be the center of the actual flower and not the center of the ball. So that's just a, you know what I can do? Shortcut. Let's start our shortcuts. Wrong way. There we go. You can see what buttons I'm pressing now. I should have done that before. Oops. But I can just Shift S and set my cursor to what I've got selected, and now it's like in the middle of this line here. And then I'm going to scale up my flower, just like that. Which means it's also not going to be stuck exactly to the ball. You see it's kind of lifting away there, but that's okay. Because we're just getting the scale back to what I want it to be. But I need to see the ball in all its glory, so that way... I think the flower still needs to be bigger. Like quite a lot bigger. Because I'm just thinking, from the tip of this flower petal here, it's got that heart with the bit that reaches over to the outside. It looks like if I had a heart here and the bit that reaches to the other side, that would be longer than what it looks like here. So I think I need to scale it up even more. But the flower looks quite small here. So maybe it is quite long. It's hard translating 2D stuff sometimes to 3D. Like if I was to put it on a similar angle, that flower is definitely a lot bigger than what the orb is here. So I scale it down a tiny bit. We'll go with that for now. We can always come back and make some changes. Now, with the heart section, I'm going to snap this to this. Sorry. I'm going to snap all of this to the sphere just to kind of, because the new bits that I'm extruding out is going to snap to the sphere, so that way it's like a little bit cleaner. Okay, if I'm gonna change it back to median point, so that way I can like scale things individually. And this is gonna be like the width of the heart now, so actually if I go this way, it might be easier to trace out a heart. And at the moment I usually only focus on like one, like I'm extruding the sides out, yes, but I'm only paying attention to that outside edge. This is Final Fantasy music, of course it is. It's Very epic. Alright, I'll just clean up the heart a little bit. Get these all on like a nicer angle. And then maybe one more to get it into the middle. This is a lot less mathematical. This is more just like eyeballing it at this point. But that is perfectly okay. Alright, so that's the heart. I definitely made it too big. But that's okay. I'm gonna put my 3D cursor right in this point. So I'm gonna select a point over here. I'm gonna select these points here. Shift S to put my cursor to the selected. So there we go. Cursor's right in the middle, so that way I can scale this heart down on this line rather than if I had it. Okay, if I have it on the median point, it's gonna scale. You see it is scaling right to the middle, which is right here, but I want it to like keep that middle line there. So if I scale it, it's scaling down to the middle line instead. That's just how I think. Maybe I will grab that too. Still a little bit big, I think. These hearts are actually quite small. Okay, and then I'm of course, because now everything's gotten a lot thinner too, so I'm just going to readjust. First of all, I'm just snapping the points to the surface of the sphere here once again. And then now, do I have duplicate vertices there? I do, okay. I don't know what happened there. Something happened. How? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't think I extruded out an extra piece here, but apparently I did. So I'm just going to dissolve it to get rid of it. Now what I need to do though is go through and make the heart nice and thick again because we made it a lot smaller, but we don't want it to be thinner. We still want that thick border to it. Like that, so it like fits in a lot better with this. Next question. Not really a question, but it would make sense if I duplicated this on the x-axis as well. Because then I don't have to do both sides of the heart. It would just mean I would have to do a loop cut down the middle here, which is fine because I was going to add that detail in anyway. And delete everything on this side. And there we go, we've still got it. And we're only doing a quarter at this point because we've got it mirrored in all axes, which means it's going to be a lot more like even. Like there's not gonna be that like hand done, like individually handmade between this side and this side and this side and this side kind of thing. They're all gonna be very much the same. Then I'm just tweaking some things, making sure this hits the center line. Like that. Might make it look a little bit more heart-like. Just bringing this down. What is this? Is Genshin music. Go away with your creepy music. I don't like it. And then I'm going to make this one a little bit more pointed as well. I usually, like especially with hearts, I don't like having this super solid point. That's why I've got the 2 here to kind of round it out a little bit. So I'm also going to do the same here. I'm just going to add in an extra line here, although because I've got snapping on, it's snapping in a weird way. So I'm just going to put it back and then turn my snapping back on, which means I can round out the inner edge a little bit, just like this. And readjust these, that way they're a little bit more evenly spaced. It's just a nicer shape. Honestly, I probably didn't need to do that at all because we're going to be seeing it from like this distance, probably. But I like putting detail into the things that don't matter. Alright, I think I'm going to grab these 2 edges to extrude down. Just adjust the width a little, bring them up to the same height. And then we just extrude them along a bit. Alright, and then this part of the band gets thicker, which is pretty straightforward. We just bring it out. I think maybe a little bit more. It's got quite a gradual slope to it. And then we'll keep going till we hit that middle line somewhere around here. Not the most even thing in the world, but it's a bit better. Alright, we're getting somewhere. I think they do need to be a little bit fatter, so I'll just select all these. And I'm going to turn on proportional editing, which is a godsend, honestly. Which means if I'm going to scale it along the x-axis, I can change, you see the circle that's changing here. This is going to change the fall off, so what around it is also being affected. It just helps so you're not like adjusting everything individually, and it's like a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more organic. Okay, there's one down. I think I'm happy with that. I think I'm pretty happy with it. Might do a little bit more of a gradual slope through here. Alright, and to duplicate this, okay, because I've only got half of this here right now. So I'm going to actually duplicate it, but not do anything with it. So it's like a duplicate that's right underneath the original. I'm going to P to separate it out. So that way I've got a separate piece that's just this. And I'm actually going to apply the mirror to this. So that way it gives me both sides back. I don't want the back half, but just these two sides. So that way, if I put my 3D cursor back to the middle of the sphere here, I need cursor to world origin, so it's back in the middle of the sphere. I can rotate this by 60 to give us those what the words, I don't know. Anyway. And then duplicate this and then rotate it by another 60 to give us all of those spokes. And then I'm going to merge it back in with this one. Easy peasy. Something's happened between the pedals here. I don't know. This is where proportional editing is going to come back in handy. I'm going to do just what's connected to what I'm selecting. So that way when I move this back in line, I can adjust the rest of the pedal too. So that way it's kind of evenly distributing the amount that I'm squishing this. And another thing we did is we split that pedal in half, right? So I'm going to also have to split this one in half. I've got snapping on, so it did a weird snapping. Split it in half. And then it means that my points are going to line up here. I think when I snapped all the points of the other middle petal, that's when things got like a little bit misshapen. Not misshapen so much in a bad way, but it did change its shape a little. I should have snapped these before I put the loop cut in, so that way I didn't have to readjust the loop cut too, but that is okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't need this heart one or this one because it's already mirrored it from the other side. And that means I didn't need this one either. Okay. I only needed to copy one, but that's fine. Now I think is when I will add in a little extra detail to solve this clipping problem right here. Actually, I don't want to. I could round out this little bit in here, but because I also have that pointed bit that I want to line up to these points, I'm not going to. It did used to line up, and then I resized it, didn't it? Didn't I? Median point. This can be a little bit more rough because I'll line it up properly later, but just size-wise, I think that's good. Okay, I'm gonna save because I haven't saved the whole time I've been making this bowl. I'm gonna be a little bit, I don't want to say cheating, but I am just gonna duplicate this bowl. That way I can borrow it. Because it's gonna make a perfect. I cut out a couple bits here and there. It's gonna form a perfect like centering here. And I'll scale it in a tiny bit. I don't want the subdivision on this though, because we don't need it to be quite that detailed. It's fine. Might scale it to be a little bit thinner. Hard to tell, but I feel like that like matches up. I'm gonna add a solidify modifier as well, and I'll do it to the other one too. A solidify, if I over exaggerate it here, just gives it thickness. So I'm gonna give it maybe like that thick, maybe a little bit too thick. We want it to be nice and dainty looking. But we do want some thickness there, so it's not just like flat planes, you know? Like this just looks weird. I'll add a thickness modifier to that too. Sorry, solidify modifier. And it already just looks Final Fantasy, get out of here. Not actually, but the music is a little too intense. This is too intense. Jesus. This song gives me nightmares. Because it's one of like the battle musics. Okay. We got a decent shape going. The one last thing. All the battle music, yeah, it's just, I'm like, no. That stresses me out, I don't want it. Wait, I think this is battle music too. No thank you. Hey, Minecraft music, we can do that. Alright, we've got to make this inner crystal thing. The only thing I can think of is putting in a sphere, and all I see are the emotes flying up on my screen. I've got the chat hidden right now, but I'm pretty sure that's Luad. I recognize your emotes. Hi, how you doing? We're doing some complex, or at least complex by my standards, modeling, I think. I mean, that's pretty complex. We're still trying to keep it simple, but you know me. Oh yeah, Sophie! That is all you can see too is, where's my hand? Her little ear, then her little nose is about here, and her other ear is over here. She's in a little curled up in a ball. I can't move my webcam. I've got it taped to the stand so that way it doesn't move. I don't want to move her because I don't want to disturb her, but she's very sleepy. She's so sleepy. I'm so glad she keeps me company though. She doesn't care for me during the day. She's an independent woman. She goes and does her own thing during the day. And And she comes and joins me for streams. What I was thinking is there is a specific object in here. So there's two types of spheres. There is a UV sphere, which is what I added in the beginning. So it's got all these points. It's kind of shaped, it's kind of like how a globe would be, where you've got these horizontal lines. Horizontal? Vertical. But I don't want that. The other type of sphere is an icosphere, where all of the points on here, they're made of if I hide everything else so you can actually see, they're all an even, equal shape to each other. So if I add in a sphere, one subdivision is not going to be enough. I feel like two may be too much. I want to do 1.5. Can I do 1.5? No. She is a small queen. Yeah, sleepy baby. Yeah. She is the cutest. Okay, my other idea. It's probably not gonna work. But if I add a sphere just with one and add a subdivision to it. You know what, actually? That might not be so bad. Although that's technically the same amount of shapes, isn't it? Although it's not, because these are in quads instead of triangles, so it's actually half as many. So I think this is the equivalent of doing like a 1.5 subdivision. Anyway. I want to try. I've never really extrude individual. Yeah, okay. And then if I go individual origins and scale them down, oh, maybe that's too detailed actually. Maybe that is too much. Yeah, I think that's a bit much. It's definitely too much. This song is too much. Okay, what are my other options? I could try a cube and then subdivide the cube. I feel like that wouldn't be enough. Maybe it would be enough. Okay, we'll try this. And I'll do the same thing. I'll extrude them individually, scale them all the way down. You know what, actually? I think that's good. I think that's a good amount of points to be this little pointy thing in here. Talking about your music? No, I'm talking about my crazy Genshin music going in the background. I want chill music. It's midnight. I want chill. I don't want to be stressed while I'm 3D modeling. Okay, as cool as that first sphere was, it has to go. I'll just scale this one down. Maybe scale it down a little bit more so it's not so busy. Maybe, I feel like that's a pretty good. Yeah, maybe. Now I'm gonna do some cleanup. Though. Now, we worked from a hexagon in the beginning, right? Hexagon is just a little bit too sharp now. Like you can see, it doesn't look circular, you can see the edges. But because I subdivided all the petals down the middle, that does give me more points to work with. Yeah, I'll probably just do that, and then I will just knife cut to the middle because you can't loop cut through a triangle, and then I'll delete what I don't need. This song just sounds like a cat walking along a piano. Maybe multiple cats. See how that smoothed it out a bit? Don't know why it kept these old vertices. It keeps doing that. And we also don't have that one mirrored on the X. It rounds it out a lot more. You can't say that it doesn't. I'm going to merge it in with here. Actually, no, I'm not. I still have a shrink wrap on, so that way it's shrinking to this sphere. So I'm going to apply the shrink wrap, which means I can now delete that reference sphere, and then all of my 3D elements I can merge in together. No, I can't. Never mind. You saw that the cylinder got fatter, and that's because the cylinder is now, taking on the solidify, aka thickness modifier. But I don't want to apply the solidify modifier just yet, because that would mean that I have to unwrap all the sides, the back sides, the front sides. I have to unwrap everything, and I don't want to do that. I want to just unwrap the front sides, and then that means the back side will be the exact same as the front side, and it will just kind of fill in the information on the sides. And I do want to color in kind of this gradient, so I do need all of the pieces, because, okay, if I was keeping it in Blender, sure, I could just add like a shader to it, but I need it as an actual texture, so that way I can export it. So, wrong one. Okay, I'm gonna, wrong one. What am I doing? Late. My brain's not braining. Don't need the back of this one. Okay. Just added a couple of simple loop cuts, so that way when I apply the mirrors, it's going to also like mirror those loop cuts. I'm debating how precise I want to be with it. Do I just apply all the mirrors, so that way I've got like all the geometry out everywhere, front, back, everywhere, and then just UV unwrap it? Do I be lazy? The answer is always yes. Do I be lazy and not actually texture it, but just color it? Because I don't really know how much texture detail I could really add, to be honest. With the flower parts here, I'm going to make them be the exact same, at least. I will add in the texture this little, there's like a second layer of the petals here. I will do that in the texture, but that's about the only texture detail that I think I want to put in it. Which means if I'm going to be adding some texture to it, I want this to be nice and big to get as much detail as possible. The others will just have like a gradient, very simple colors on them, so they really don't need much at all. So I'm actually going to scale them down even more. Just fit them in wherever. Actually, these two would probably be better if I rotated them, put them down here. Yes, yes. This sounds like a cat is just playing a harp. Make it a little bit bigger just because I can. Gonna be about it though. Oh, that's not a great sound. Okay. That's all I'm gonna do for the unwrapping. Oh wait, I have all the other pieces to do. What am I doing? I have to do these white ones too. So I can't take up that much space. Okay, time to rearrange some things again. They're still not going to have that much texture detail in them though, so I think we're pretty good. Most of the detail is just going to come from, oh gosh, hello. From like the light and shadow and the angle and stuff. I don't know why I did that. Okay. Okay, scale this back down a little bit just to give us some space. And I'm just going to make a loop cut in the bottom and the top. Just going to make them overlap each other too, with like mirroring overlap. So this piece is the exact same as this piece, and so there won't really be like a seam or anything. Whatever this is colored, this will be colored too. So it'll just be like it'll just be the gradient that I put on it, where I go from pink to blue. I'll just put pink here, and then we'll go to purple, and then fade to blue at the bottom, and then I'll go back to purple, and then fade to pink. Tracking. There we go. Kind of. Alright, and the last thing I have been dreading, this abomination. Oh wait, I still got these. These are easy though. Maybe. Thinking. Nah, I'm not gonna add any detail to them. They'll be fine. They'll be all. They'll be all one color. Thinking. They probably. I'll keep them open. I'm about to sneeze. I will keep them on different parts of the UV so that way they are open to be like different colors, because that looks a little bit more like it's going to be purple than pink in back here. So depending on how we color it, they are perfectly okay to be different colors. I'm dizzy now that I sneezed. This here, I think I'm just going to split up into like those original like cube faces. You'll see. If I was smarter and my brain could figure out how to unwrap it still as a cube, even though it looks like this, but my brain isn't wrapping. My brain isn't doing the thing that needs to do to see it. If I unwrap it, look, it's just squares, but then it's like these are the points of the... Actually, no, that is what I wanted. Which point is that? There we go. So this is the points that come out. So they're just flattened. It's like you're looking at it from like a top-down view. Oh, Primo Gem, we don't need that. Not here anyway. Okay. Again, didn't worry about leaving a lot of texture detail space. Because it will just be... Oh wait, apparently I didn't unwrap them properly. So some of them are joined together. That's actually fine. But that's like what my brain wanted to do, you know, leave some so that way it was like all one piece, although it's probably better that it's not. So that way it's like I can fit it into these random spots on the UV. Anyway, that is not officially everything. We also have this guy. Two guys. And I'll just fit them there. Okay, now we are officially done. And now that it's all unwrapped, I can apply the solidify modifier to it. And it's not going to have any bad effect or anything. Which means there's no more modifiers on anything, and I can just merge them all into one. It looks a bit weird when it's shaded smooth. I think at least the ball in the middle should be hard shaded. Flat shaded, sorry. So that way you get like the real angles and the facets of it, but yeah. I doing? I'm kind of... Because of the way that I have it set up, I kind of can't be bothered to texture this right now. I don't want to texture this tonight. But I at least got the model done. And so this big, not big, but this small, complicated thing that I was like, I don't want to challenge myself. Fine, I'll do it. It's done. Oh, I saved it as Genshin.fbx, not Primogem. Oops. I'm calling this Orb for now because I can't actually remember what it's called. It's like Intertwined Fate or something, but it doesn't sound right when I say that. But I'll still import it without a texture. I don't know why it's not spinning. Whatever. I broke it and I don't want to restart it. I'm gonna test it. Hey, that's pretty cool. It's like a beach ball, but not. I assume that it's made of like metal. Hey, there it came back down finally. I think that's cool because it's like, it's round, but like it's interesting. It's gonna be cool once the effect. Bok. I love the little chicken. Bok is so cute. Yeah, it's gonna look cool once it's got the gradient texture on it, but I am not doing that tonight. I am so tired. I actually, because I streamed last night and then I had to... Thanks, Nox! And thanks for the support. Thanks for... yeah. Like, believing in me. Oops, I forgot to hide all the stuff. But I did it! And I think, honestly, I think that looks pretty accurate. It looks pretty close. Minus the color. So yay! I did something. I did a lot of things. If anyone new has come in as well, I just want to show off again that I made a little Stardew Valley character of me and Sophie, who's over here sleeping in there in her void. Yeah, that's what we did today. It's actually a lot. Normally when I'm on stream, I ramble a lot, and I did ramble a lot, but I also got a lot done. So there's that. It's something. Where am I going? Let's just do this window. Not only do I have so many tabs open, I have so many windows open as well. I have a problem when it comes to letting go of tabs. How do we like Legends of Zelda? I've actually been watching some people play it lately. I have not played a Zelda game in my life ever. I've never played it. But I've been watching just like little snippets, like not even keeping up with some Tears of the Kingdom stuff. But because I'm just thinking, Apathetic Goat is streaming, and they normally do art actually, but they're currently playing Tears of the Kingdom, so I'm gonna rate them. New game is fun. Have you been playing it, Luad? Oh, hello? Hello. Hi. Oh gosh, don't look at my messy desktop. Don't do that. That's bad. Don't do that. It looks fun if I was someone that ever played The Legend of Zelda, but I didn't. I have not. Oh, don't. No, wrong one. Remove from playlist. This is too much. Ooh, Sophie. She's getting restless. Oh gosh, it scares me every time. I'll be looking over like at my OBS and I'll just see the the bed tilt backwards and it scares me every time that she's gonna fall off again. Oh, that was so funny. Anyway, I they just went on break. No! Gah! I don't have anyone else to really stream not stream to raid. No. um I'm just gonna raid someone random then. But they are still they're playing The Legend of Zelda. Although the Wind Waker. So I don't know, it's an old one I guess. They have a cool model though. They have a really cool model. I just wanna raid. I just wanna go to sleep, I'm gonna be honest. But I'm trying to get better at doing raids because I sometimes get lazy. So I'm gonna do that. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out and cheering me on and keeping me company. And I hope you're also productive. We didn't take a break today, so I hope you go and at least grab some water. I got some water that I'm gonna drink right now, and then I'm gonna brush my teeth, go get my Udi, and then go to bed. I will enjoy my sleep. I should, for a whole 5 hours until I have to wake up. But it is what it is. But yeah, go take care of yourselves. And then I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are. I'll be streaming tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing. I wrote down what I was doing. It's probably Stardew Valley. I might change my mind. I'm on kind of like an art kick at the moment, so we'll see what we do. But it'll be about the same time, 9:30 p.m. my time, which is like 3.5 hours ago that time. Yeah. Anyway, bye guys. Thanks so much. I love you all.